Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Indians is Len Barker, whose record is 5-6 with a 5.30 ERA. And pitching today for the Tigers is Jack Morris, whose record is 5-4 with a 4.57 ERA. And so yesterday's loss to the A's, we split that series 2-2. And it was a devastating loss. We are still 9.5 games back, but now with 29 games to go after today, I mean, it would take a miracle to make up that huge deficit. So, yes, I said I was going to do it. I didn't want to have to do it, but I did make a big trade yesterday. I did trade Jason Thompson, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. And I want to say that, of course, I appreciate the people who take the time to watch this. And so I almost felt like a real general manager. Like, I felt like if I made this trade, I was going to have to find a trade partner where I would get something good back in the deal that would make the, fans happy. I do air quotes for fans. I did. I think I found a player that was going to be a great future first baseman for this team, but also it might be a couple years. So here's the transaction, and there it is. Jason Thompson goes to Boston, and in return, we get ourselves a very young Andres Galarraga. He's untradeable. So he's been in Single A now for 3 seasons. I've moved him right to Double A to try to expedite the process here. His stats do not look so good. I quickly looked at his skill set, and you can see being in Boston's minor league system, he's actually declined pretty far from whence he started. So we're going to try to build him back up, starting him in Double A to wrap up this season, and then we'll take it from there. So the next question after that is, who's going to play first base for us? And that is a good question because the person who we have in the lineup today is not someone that is ready to play in the major leagues. But what I did was I moved Greg Brock, who was in Double A. He did get a few at-bats in Triple A. And we've put him in the starting lineup. He's 24 years old. He does have decent stats. He's solid defensively. But since his move to AAA, he has not been hitting well at all. So I don't know if that's going to offer us anything great for the rest of this season. But we need to find out if he's going to be the guy or not. And if not, at least in a year or two, we'll have Andres Galarraga. So anyway, let's get on with today's game. I hope that makes some of you happy, if not all of you happy. I thought it was a fair trade. Well, it really did save us a lot of money. We are projected to at least make a small profit by the end of this season. So that means we'll have some money to spend on free agency to start the 1982 season. And, we'll see how that goes once we get there. So here's Jack Morris. He's on the mound today. We know he's been struggling. All of our bullpen is available, as you can see here. I did send Jerry Uger to the minor leagues to bring up Dan Petrie, because look at these ratings. I mean, he deserves another chance. Uger didn't do anything to lose his job, but he really didn't do anything to keep it either. And so once again, with the season all but over, let's bring Dan Petrie back to the rotation and see how he performs. And now that we've made this decision, I went ahead and rested Trammell and Ricky, who are both listed as tired. We took out Reggie Jackson, give him a day off. And we got the replacements in there, Bonnell, Wagner, and Greg Brock, of course, at first base. And we got Jay Leo DHing today against Len Barker, and we'll talk more about him momentarily. We all know that he pitched a perfect game. We talked about that last time at great length. So here is the lineup today for the Cleveland Indians. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Kevin Rhomberg. Batting second and in center field is Rick Manning. Batting third at first base is Karl Pagel. Batting cleanup in right field is Dan Pasqua. Batting fifth and catching is Chris Bando. Batting sixth and in left field is Joe Charbonneau. Batting seventh and DHing is Von Hayes. Batting eighth at third base is Dave Rosello. And batting ninth at shortstop is Tom Veryzer. Here's Jack. We'll take a quick look at him. He's just not been very good. He gave up 5 runs, 3 earned against the Indians just a week or so ago. And his last start, he took the loss. He gave up 10 hits. Was not good. He did have that complete game win against the Brew Crew. And I guess this is his only start his second start against the Indians this season. So not great. Opponent's batting .257. He does have a couple of complete games. One of them was in a loss. There's the defensive lineup right there. Take a look at the Tigers, and that's how we have it set up for today's game against the Indians. Kevin Rhomberg leading off. His .310 batting average is in the top 10 right now in the American League, and he begins the game with a base hit, stretching it into a double, and Rhomberg is on second to start the game. All right, nobody out. Here is Rick Manning playing center field today. Ground ball to Wagner at short. Wagner tosses out Manning. There's one down. Next up, Karl Pagel. Pagle leading the team with 12 home runs. And Rhomberg tries to steal third and is gunned down by Parrish. And Rhomberg is among the league leaders in stolen bases. He's got 27. And that was his 11th caught stealing, which ties last season. So 2 down for Karl Pagel, and Morris blows it by him for a strikeout, and we go to the bottom of the first. Here is the lineup for the Tigers. Batting leadoff today and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second, making his major league debut, is Greg Brock. Batting third and in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting sixth and DHing is Jeffrey Leonard. Batting seventh at third base is Tom Brookins. Batting eighth in center field is Barry Bonnell. And batting ninth at shortstop today is Mark Wagner. Here's Len Barker. We've talked about this guy ad nauseum. He is making his 18th start. He's 5-6 with that .530 ERA. He's got one more strikeout than walk. Opponents are batting .278. He does not have a complete game this season. He's only 25 years old. Len Barker, in my mind, always seemed really old. This, of course, 1981. This was the season when he pitched the perfect game. That was in May of 1981. So there's the defensive alignment for the Indians. As you can see, they are going to struggle at first base. That's the only position under 80, which is the average for ratings. So, okay, Sweet Lou leading off against Len Barker, and Whitaker strikes out to lead off the game. There's one down. Whitaker's batting average down to .241. That's very substandard for him. Greg Brock, I guess we'll give you a quick look here at, like I said, the AAA numbers. Played a couple seasons at AA. I like my players before I move them up to the next level to at least get 500 plate appearances at each level along the way. So I don't know. Maybe I gave him AAA a little too soon. But now he's in the majors. Let's see what he gets done here in the number 2 spot. There we go. Brock walks in his first major league plate appearance. Greg Brock on first. Next up is Gibby back in the 3-hole for today's game. Gibby flies out to left. Batting average still hovering above 300, so he's hanging in there. 2 down now. Oh, a balk by Barker moves Brock into scoring position. That is a mouthful to say. Barker, balk, Brock. 2 down. Here's Lance Parrish. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Will Brock score? Yes, he does. Okay. Great job by Parrish. RBI single. Brock scores. 1-0 Detroit. Runner on first. Here's Gary Hancock. And Hancock walks. First time seeing Hancock in the number 5 spot in quite a while. Runner on first and second now. Jeffrey Leonard up. Leonard batting .349 overall. And he slaps it to right field for a base hit. Parrish scores. Hancock takes third. It's first and third with 2 outs. 2-0 Detroit. Tommy Brookens with 2 down. Flies out to left field. And that's going to do it. So the Tigers take a 2-0 early lead. Go to the top of the second. Dan Pasqua leading off. Pasqua batting .107 as a 19-year-old in the cleanup spot. Maybe a little overmatched. 0-2 count. And Pasqua lifts it to left. There's 1 down. Next up is the switch-hitting catcher Chris Bando. Strikes out on a pitch way outside. 2 Ks now for Morris. Next up, Super Joe Charbonneau, ground ball to Brookins. And that'll do it. So we go to the bottom of the second with Barry Bonnell leading off against Len Barker. Barker threw 30 pitches in the first inning. And then Bonnell swings at the first pitch, grounds out to first, 1 down. Here's Mark Wagner making his first appearance in quite a while. Trammell just has been terrible defensively. Part of it has to be because he was tired, I would imagine. As Wagner strikes out. I mean, Trammell could have done that. And then we go back to the top of the lineup with Whitaker, and there's a base hit. Do we want to go for 2? We're up 2-0. I'm going to say no. I feel like if we get caught taking an extra base, that's going to open up the floodgates for Cleveland. So we're going to hold Whitaker to first and let Brock swing with a man on. Oh, there we go. JT who? As Brock dumps it into the bleachers in left field. He goes Apotaco for his first major league hit. And it is 4-0. Wow, this is good. Okay, we're liking this. 2 down. And Gibby flies out to right field. So a good start to the career for Greg Brock. We go to the top of the third. 4-0. Von Hayes in the DH role. Base hit to right. Von Hayes, I think I mentioned this maybe in the last series, but Hayes killed us last year with stolen bases especially, as he leads off the inning with a base hit. That's going to bring up third baseman Dave Rosello. He strikes out swinging. 3 Ks now. 1 down. Here's Tom Veryzer. Veryzer, remember, he is filling in for Robin Yount, who's going to miss the rest of the season with an injury. And Veryzer is going to get a base hit, little bloop into center field. Hayes had to hold to see if it was going to be caught. So it's first and second for Kevin Rhomberg. Started the game off with a base hit and was gunned down by Parrish trying to steal. And Tigers turn 2 on that ground ball to first. And we get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Lance Parrish had a home run in yesterday's game, only his 6th on the season. Parrish hits it right back to Barker. There's One down. It's going to bring up Gary Hancock. Hancock flies out to center field. 2 down. Next up is Jeffrey Leonard, batting .381 versus righties, and there is another hit. Man, it is tough to keep Leonard out of the lineup. So it's 4-0. Let's see if Leonard can steal a base here on Chris Bando. What's Bando's arm? 82, so a little bit above average. All right, let's see if Leonard's got a little speed here. Nope, he doesn't. As he runs on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and Bando throws him out. So we go to the top of the fourth. Rick Manning leading off against Jack Morris. Ground ball to Whitaker at second. 1 down. Next up is Karl Pagle. Striking out looking. 4 Ks now for Morris. It's going to bring up Dan Pasqua. 3-0 count. Pasqua swinging away, and he hits it deep to center. It's going to be tracked down by Bonnell, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-2-3 inning for Morris, and Tommy Brookins will lead off. He was at the plate when Leonard was gunned down. Brookins grounds out to third. 1 out. Barry Bonnell, with 1 down, grounds out to second. Rhomberg tosses him out. It's going to leave it up to Mark Wagner. Oh, there we go. Wagner takes a walk. Runner on first now. 3 walks for Barker. Back to Sweet Lou, and Whitaker pops it up on the infield. Veryzer making the... Oh, he dropped it! Oh, no! I almost called that one prematurely as Veryzer gives a chance for Brock here to have a really big day. First and second, 2 down. Here's Greg Brock. Pass ball moves the runners up to second and third. 1-0 count now for Brock. Oh, he hits it gently back to Barker, and Barker tosses him out. Okay, well, still 4-0 Detroit. We go to the top of the fifth. Here's Chris Bando leading off. 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Bando hits a ground ball right back to Wagner at short. There's 1 down. Next up, Joe Charboneau. Charbonneau walks. Only the first walk for Morris. It's been a problem for him this season, but just his first today. And then Charbonneau, with a below average speed rating, steals second base. So a 1-0 count for Von Hayes. Charbonneau on second. Ground ball to Wagner. Wags tosses him out. 2 down. Dave Rosello steps in, and he hits a high fly ball into left center field. It's going to be caught by Gibby, and that is the 3rd out. So we go to the bottom of the 5th now. Still 4-0. Barker kind of settling in. He's at 94 pitches now with Gibby, and Gibson pops it up on the infield. Rhomberg catches it right on the edge of the grass. So 1 down. Here is Lance Parrish. Big wheel. Ground ball, base hit into center field. So that is Parrish's second hit of the day. He also has that RBI single. 1 out, runner on first for Hancock. Hancock's 5 for 18 with a home run against Barker, as Barker is now officially tired. We're not even through 5 yet, as Hancock flies out to left field. So 2 down, Parrish is on first. Here's Jeffrey Leonard. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Ground ball. I thought that was going to sneak through. Instead, it's going to be snagged by Veryzer, and that'll be the end of the inning. So we go to the 6th. Let's flip it over to the in-game stats. Player of the game so far. I mean, is there any doubt? We got to give it to Brock. The 2-run shot And he's also walked in his first appearance. So Morris, however, is sitting on a shutout, so that could change for player of the game, as Veryzer is going to lead off with a ground ball back to the pitcher. I just noticed that Veryzer was 5 for 8 coming into that at-bat against Morris, his old teammate. One down. Kevin Rhomberg popping it into foul ground on the third base side. Tommy makes the play. 2 down. It's going to bring up Rick Manning. Manning shoots it into left center field. Gibby tracks it down for the third out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And the Indians are going to bring in Mike Stanton. Stanton, 28 years old, making his 13th appearance. He's 1-3 with that 5.19 ERA. 19 Ks in 26 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .233. He was a part-time closer last year. Now we know it's Victor Cruz. So he doesn't have any saves yet. So here we are. Tom Brookens leading off the bottom of the 6th against Stanton. Ground ball. Rhomberg tosses him out. 1 down. Brookens now 0 for 3 on the day. Barry Bonnell hasn't touched a baseball with his bat in like 3 months as he strikes out. 2 down for Mark Wagner. Wagner pounds it right into the dirt in front of home plate. And Bando can't pick it up. Wagner's safe at first. Second error by the Indians today. That's I think Whitaker's got a good hit and run, right? Oops. I can't remember. Hit and run. Yeah, it's average. Okay, we're just going to let him swing away. That was dumb of me as he strikes out looking. So we go to the top of the 7th. Still 4-0. Morris has a 3-hit shutout going so far. As Karl Pagle steps in, slams it to left, right at Gibby. Gibby's got it for 1 out. Here's Dan Pasqua, 0 for 2 on the day. He's popping it up to Whitaker. Whitaker makes the play, 2 down. It's going to leave up to Chris Bando. And he strikes out swinging. So 5 Ks for Morris. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Greg Barak leading off the inning against Stanton. He's 1 for 2, had that 2-run shot. Oh man, I thought he had all of that one as well. Instead, it's going to fall way short. As he flies out to right, there's 1 down. Gibby up next, and he golfs it into right. Both plays made by Pasqua this inning. So 2 down for Lance Parrish. That looked like ball 4, but he gets a base hit past the third baseman, Rosello, and Parrish is 3 for 4. And maybe just short of Brock hitting another home run or Morris completing the shutout. He might be player of the game right now. He's got almost half the hits today of the Tigers team. And then Hancock strikes out looking. So, that was a double. I didn't even realize that. So a double for Parrish. That just strengthens his argument. We go to the top of the 8th. Morris had 88 pitches. Long way to go before he gets tired. Oh, no. He walks Charbonneau. He had that stolen base earlier. Runner on first. Here's Von Hayes. Hayes hits a ground ball to second. I thought they were going to get 2, but they get the lead runner, Charbonneau, at second. There's 1 out. Hayes on first for Rosello. And Rosello strikes out looking. 6 Ks for Morris. Remember, Morris had that 11 K game earlier this season. Probably the highest we've seen of any Tiger pitcher. Oh, then he turns around and he walks Veryzer. You can't walk the number 9 hitter, man. That's not good. So first and second. Now Morris is up to 88 pitches. He's already thrown 20 pitches this inning before Rhomberg steps in. He rips it to left, and Gibby makes the play. All right, we preserved the shutout with 3 outs to go for Morris. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Here's Jeffrey Leonard leading off. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI today. He shoots it to the left. Charbonneau makes the play for the first out. 1 down. Next up is Tommy Brookens. Brookens grounds out to Stanton. Stanton's pitched a one-hit shutout here in what will be 3 innings. As you might expect, Bonnell grounds out to short. We go to the 9th inning. It's 4-0 Detroit, and we got 3 lefties coming up. Morris has shut him down so far. I'd like to have him get a complete game shutout, but I'll pull him if I have to. As Morris strikes out Manning to start off the inning. Let's strike out the side. Let's do it. Here's Karl Pagle. Oh no, Pagle base hit to left. Runner on first. 1 down. Time for a double play right here. Oh no, we'll take that strikeout as Pasqua swings and misses. We're down to the final out of the game. Runner on first. Chris Bando batting .317 versus righties. Oh no, Morris walks him. So I think he's not even listed as tired yet, but I want to say 125 is that threshold. No, I guess it's not. There we go. Charbonneau, ground ball right back to Jack, and Jack completes the game and the shutout, and the Tigers win 4-0. That was nice. We needed that. Feels good to get into the win column. Everyone's shaking hands, feeling good about it. Greg Brock, what a good start to his career. Makes me feel a bit better about trading off JT. And let's take a look here. Tigers, we do gain a game back as Baltimore's lost 2 in a row. Kansas City's lost 11 in a row. And really, they're only 13 and a half games back. That's not too bad considering that losing streak. Take a look at the transactions. There is another trade. Boston remains active as Kansas City trades Clint Hurdle to Boston. Hurdle was their everyday right fielder, not very good defensively. Barely batting over 200. But he is on the Major League Club, you see there. And in return, Boston is sending shortstop Reed Nichols, who goes to the Double-A team. After all these years, he finally gets promoted. And also, no relation, Karl Nichols goes to Kansas City. And he's a catcher that's going to be in Single-A. So Kansas City looking toward the future. And Mike Warren, who we just saw, was that yesterday's game? I guess it was yesterday's game, is going to miss a start with an injury. So let's pull up the box score and get out of here. That was an entertaining game. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I just did my first football card pack break today. I'm going to have that right about here. If you want to click on that, take a look at it. A lot of fun. I did get one of the 6 big rookie quarterbacks. So it's pretty cool. Take a look at that. Player of the game. Man, we have to give it to Morris over Brock, over Lance Parrish. Good job by Jack, player of the game today. Gets his ERA down to 4.21. 4 walks is never good, but he did have 8 strikeouts. He goes to 6-4. Greg Brock, first major league home run, first major league hit. Len Barker takes a loss. He goes to 5-7. Only 4 hits for the Indians in total. So a very good game for us. We'll take that. Come back tomorrow with game 2 of the short 2-game series. And until then, everyone, have a great night.